Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Valentine's Day 2022 collection from the brand Glam Polish. These are limited edition and they are releasing January 28th, so in the description box I will link the Glam site, I will link their Instagram page, and then I'll link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So we do have 10 polishes, half of which are Valentines, half of which are anti-Valentines to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting off with the Valentine's inspired shades, up first we have Just the Way You Are, and this is described as a pastel pink crelly with a shifting iridescent flake, an aurora shimmer, and a metallic glitter. So here's our first coat of Just the Way You Are. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat, but it is going to build up well. The formula is smooth, not too thick or too thin, and you do get a good amount of these glitters and flakes out. I didn't do any kind of fishing, swirling, or holding the bottle upside down. 2 coats, I would probably be happy if I went in a little bit thicker, but I am showing you 3 today. These would all also look really beautiful with a matte top coat if that's your style, but this is going to dry with some pretty intense texture, so I do recommend top coat either way. And since there is glitter in here, it is also going to be difficult to remove. But there are 3 coats of Just the Way You Are. Up next we have My Girl, and this one is described as a pale blue crelly with matte and metallic glitter mix, holographic micro glitter, and an iridescent shimmer. So here is our first coat of My Girl. This one is also very dainty and sheer here on this first coat. The formula is again smooth and easy to work with though, not too thick or too thin. No running, pooling, or staining. And again, I didn't hold the bottle upside down or do any kind of fishing for glitter. These all just kind of came out organically like this and laid where they did. Again, 2 coats is almost there on the full opacity spectrum, but I did show you 3 today just for full even coverage. And just like the last one, this is going to dry with some pretty intense texture because of this glitter, and also because of that glitter, it will be on the difficult side of things to remove. But there is 3 coats of My Girl. Next up we have Accidentally in Love, and this one is described as a white crelly with matte and metallic glitter mix and tiny metallic flakes. So here's our first coat of Accidentally in Love, and per the usual of a white crelly, this is pretty sheer on this first coat. A nice milky base, but a great amount of glitter. I did accidentally go in pretty thick there on that first coat. If you work that thickly, you can probably get away with 2 coats on this one. Otherwise, I generally think this is more so going to be a 3-coater on most people. Just like the last couple of polishes, the glitter in here will create some texture when it's drying, so you will want top coat and removal will be difficult. These glitters do come out in abundance and they do spread out nice and evenly and easily across the nail. These larger glitters you might need to manipulate in place just to get it spread out. And there are 3 coats of Accidentally in Love. Up next we have Today Was a Fairytale, and this one is described as a pale lime crelly with shifting iridescent flakies, iridescent shimmer, bright glitter mix, and a hint of hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Today Was a Fairytale. This is also pretty sheer here on this first coat. The glitters that are in this one don't stand out against the base color as much as the rest of them have so far. So it is kind of working in the advantage of coverage more so than standout glitter, if that makes any kind of sense. But I still did 3 coats on this one for full opacity, and just like everything else, this is glitter, so it is going to dry with some texture, and removal will also be difficult. But there are 3 coats of Today Was a Fairytale. Up next we have It Had to Be You, and this is described as a pastel lavender hollow with iridescent shimmer and an ultra hollow glitter. So here's our first coat of It Has to Be You, and I was fully expecting to do 3 coats on this one because of everything else what we've looked at so far, and this one is also a soft, dainty color. However, I was able to get full opacity in just 2 coats. This is going to dry more holographic. Then when it's wet, it will dry with a little bit of texture, so some top coat will benefit you, and removal is relatively easy. So there are 2 coats. Moving on to the anti-Valentine's inspired shades, here we have Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and this is described as a red jelly with aurora shimmer and hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Every Rose Has Its Thorn. This one is pretty opaque here on this first coat. I didn't have any staining with this one, though I do recommend wearing a base coat just to be on the safe side. These reds can tend to stain your skin and nails. I got opacity in 2 coats. You will want top coat. It dries dull and textured, and the glitter in here makes it difficult to remove. So there are 2 coats of Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Next up we have So What, and this is described as a bright fuchsia jelly with aurora shimmer, matte glitter mix, and a hint of fine hollow micro glitter. Here's our first coat of So What. This one is pretty opaque here on this first coat. Formula is again excellent to work with. I have 0 formula complaints across the board with this collection. I didn't do any kind of fishing to get this glitter out. I think if you held the bottle upside down, a ton more would come out, but I do like the amount that laid out by itself here. I got opacity in 2 coats. You'll want top coat to hide any kind of texture that this glitter creates, and removal is difficult, so there are 2 coats of So What. Next up we have Dancing on My Own, and this is described as a black jelly with shifting iridescent flakes and a matte glitter mix. Here's our first coat of Dancing on My Own. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat, and the base color looks more of an inky blue to me than a black, but once it's built up, it's kind of that inky blue that looks black in a lot of lightings. So just, I don't know, something to note. Formula was good. I did 3 coats and I did still have a couple of sheer spots, but it's only something that I think I would notice. I don't think anybody else across the board or anything would realize I have a couple bald spots. So you will want top coat. It is going to dry dull and textured, and removal will be difficult. And there are 3 coats of Dancing on My Own. Up next we have Me Party, and this is described as an aqua crelly with iridescent flakies, matte metallic, and hollow glitter. Here is our first coat of Me Party. This one covers decently well here on this first coat, and you get a boatload of this glitter out. This is my top pick of the collection. I think the glitter mix is fun. I think the flakes work really well against this base color, and I think the shimmer is outstanding. And I was able to get opacity in just 2 coats. You will again want top coat. Again, it does have glitter, so again it will dry textured, and once again it will be difficult to remove. So there are 2 coats of Me Party. And lastly for today we have I Will Survive, and this is described as a silver hollow with gold flakies, matte and metallic glitter mix. And here's our first coat of I Will Survive. This is the second top pick of the collection for me. I did save the 2 best for last. The formula was wonderful to work with. I think these glitters work so well, and this is such an original polish in my collection. I got opacity in 2 coats. Again, it will be more holographic when it's completely dry than when it's wet. You'll want top coat. It dries textured, and removal is difficult, so there are 2 coats. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.